How's it going, everyone? In this video, we're going to be talking about Ideanomics, which is going to be ticker symbol IDEX. So we're going to go over in detail what this company do and what is the potential for growth in the future. I've been getting a lot of questions about this company. Currently, it's a penny stock, so we're going to go over if it's the right ideal time to get involved in the company in the short term for a day trade, swing trade, or even look at if it's an ideal candidate for long-term investment. So I'm going to cover in detail who owns the company, what they do in this video. So if you're interested in learning more about IDEX, Ideanomics, make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Before I go in detail, make sure you hit the like button. If you have any questions, any comments, you make sure you drop in the comment section below. So the main mission for this company, it's a global company driving a mobile energy transformation and green fintech revolution. So that is their main theme. So they have the mobile energy group, Ideanomics Capital. Also, a major headline that came out today about this company is they announced that they hired the Volkswagen veteran Richard as its chief financial officer, which is CFO, and the stock is positively reacting to the upside. So as you can see over here, the stock is up positive 6.64% of the upside. It hit a high 52-week high of $4.75 a few days ago, but it pulled back all the way down to below $2, and now it's hovering above $2. So that is a great thing to see. We're going to go over and look at exactly, who owns this company and why is it a good time to get involved in it, or is it a good time to sell out of it. I'm going to cover that information right now. So the majority of this company right now, as we speak, is owned by retail investors, because when you look at the institutional ownership right now, they don't have a lot of ownership. They only have 4.7% of institutions own this company, and insiders own 0.4%. And the total amount of shares that is available right now to the public is 237 million shares outstanding, and that is a lot of shares. There's a lot of retail investors when it comes to this company, so that's why you're seeing a lot of volatility in this specific company. Even though this is not a lot, it's not a low float company, which is there's still a bunch of shares available, but you see this huge spike and fall down because there's a lot of institutional investors. There's not a lot of institutional investors. There are a lot of retail investors that trade off of emotions. So that is one of the downside when you look at getting involved in these type of companies, because it can be really huge swing. Sometimes it can go up drastically due to optimism. There's going to be a huge sell-off that can happen if there's a lot of fear going on right now. So that is one of the downside getting involved in these kind of penny stock speculative companies. But the stock, is performing very good for the past year. The stock is up more than 400% to the upside. So it's been trading way below over here, and right now it's doing pretty good at the current moment. So if you want to get involved in this company, of course, ideally you definitely want the stock to trade lower. If you want to get involved in it, if you see huge potential for this company in the long term, you can definitely get involved in it right now. But still, there's a gap right around over here. It could potentially go in $1.78. It could potentially go to that price point, so you can actually wait for it. But this positive news, there's a lot of hype going on. So and all of the EV stocks and all of the trend that have been beaten down, all of the EV stocks that have been going up to the upside have been going to the downside. But IDX is not really an electric vehicle company that likes to empower a new economy. That's what they said. That's their slogan is. So they combine deal organizations and enablement with the application of technologies such as artificial intelligence, bio-blockchain, and other as part of the next generation smart financial services. That's their main goal. So this is not an electric vehicle or EV company. So that is what they are, but this is not an electric vehicle company. Even when you look at their website, they're in a category of technology, which is software and application. So this is not a manufacturing an electric vehicle company. So that is when you have to look into that. But they help, they can definitely have the softwares, and they can definitely work with other electric vehicle companies if they see potential for the future. So that is one of the things you need to understand about this company. But there's a lot of hype and a lot of optimism when it comes to this specific company. So right now, of course, as I mentioned, waiting for it to get involved, if it goes to like $1.50, that will be ideal. If you see potential in this company and your first profit target can potentially be $3, but that is really, but that might take some time, because you definitely need more positive news to come out, like the one that came out today, which is they hired a CFO that was from that used to work in Volkswagen. The headlines like this that can definitely help it to spike up again to the upside. But if you see great potential in the future, of course, you can just buy in it and just hold it when it comes to this company. So your first profit target, as I mentioned, is going to be $3. And if it could potentially spike up all the way to $4 and $4.75, that is going to be your second profit target. But in the short term, of course, if you see a solid potential for this company, I suggest that you wait for it, so if you want to day trade it or swing trade it. So that is going to be important. But, the overall sentiment of this penny stock, of course, they tend to go lower and lower when they spike up higher within the first like 3, 4, 5 days. If they go higher, the probability is that they're potentially going to pull back to the downside. So ideally, you want to wait if this stock can definitely hold some of the gains that it's having right now, because it was trading around like $1 and it went to 4. And if it can just consolidate right in the middle around like $3.50 or like $250 for a while, then you can say that the stock is definitely holding the gains that it had. But if it quickly loses it, then it's like an indication of like it got like quickly pumped by a press release and they dumped their shares, after that, because there's a lot of hype that was going on when it comes to EV stocks, and they might have taken advantage of that and maybe pumped it a little bit. And there's a lot of people that are making videos about the stock too that was trying to, make it more aware and things like that. So that can generate, a lot of spike and a lot of optimism for this company, and they might get some more retail investors to get in, and people might dump it. People might strategically use this as a pump and dump. So you have to be careful about that too when it comes to these penny stock. But I'm not saying this company is a pump and dump, but of course that's the majority of the time what happens to these penny stock companies. So of course, the company they have headquarters not in the US, in New York, in China, Malaysia. So they have a lot of headquarters over there. And as I mentioned, this is not an EV company. So what this company is just a global company focused on convergence of financial services and the industries experiencing technological disruption. So it's kind of interesting definition that they have. It's not really clear what they actually do, but over here it says they're a software application. They're in that sector. So that is one of the things you need to do more research about too, so before you get involved heavily on this company. So that's just my opinion about this. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, make sure you drop in the comment section below. But I'll catch you in another video. Peace out.